Some devils. J-Dog back to answer more goddamn questions. No goddamn order shout out for today. Couldn't find a goddamn order that blew the little hair I got fucking back. So couldn't find anything to give. Like I said, won't be goddamn daily, only if it's something that really catches the dog's eye. Before I get to the goddamn questions, we still got plenty of them. I realized this as I signed off yesterday, maybe like 15 minutes. I don't know, it just popped in my head. Like I said, uh, like when I forget bands or whatever. But on the first question I did yesterday, it was a paid question from a goddamn chick. What was it, Jennifer? Don't I call everybody Jennifer? I think it wasn't though. But I didn't. I realized I didn't even answer a goddamn question about Christian metal band opening up for Deicide. Like, yeah, is Glenn going soft on us? It was something to that effect. Well, how could he allow this? You know, et cetera, et cetera. My answer to that is, again, I don't have the inside scoop on it. Um, gauge on his mood, based off his mood, and if I actually get it and feel him out, I can ask him in my interview, assuming I fucking get. Again, some of these guys that I've never met, which I met them, but it doesn't really fucking count for 2 seconds. I feel them out, like who I kind of like poke at and have fun with. You know what I mean? Like if you guys notice, like a lot of the interviews where I'm kind of like goofing around, joking around a lot, busting their balls, it's with guys that I've known, like the Danny Nelsons, Ronnie from Malignancy, Scott and Ides, Dawn of the Deads, etc. You know what I mean? Like if it's a total fucking stranger, I don't know if they're gonna get fucking offended. You never know nowadays. A lot of goddamn tampon boys out there. So gonna ask goddamn Glenn if I feel him out, feels he's be a good goddamn sport about it, and if I remember too. But to answer your goddamn question, my take on it is, I guarantee you he doesn't even fucking know. You gotta remember with these bands like Cannibal Corpse brings on these deathcore bands. Cannibal Corpse doesn't bring on shit, brah. It's their tour manager. All this is at this point is a daytime job. That's all they're fucking doing. And I'm not saying this to insult them, but the smaller category bands fall in this category too. The immolations, the incantations, dying fetuses, exhumes probably in this category. Uh, Toxic Holocaust is in this category. Bands of that caliber down, they're not setting their shit up, dude. It's booking agents. Um, like for example, I even asked Joel for my show next year to get an idea of what he would ask for. He's like, I don't know, bro. He's like, ask our booking agent. He doesn't even fucking know, man. Just go by that, and here's what their management tells them. You honestly think Glenn's hand selecting bands? I guarantee you, 90% of the bands that they toured with, there's 10% left over. He's heard of us, dog. He likes us. I'm out with them. Okay, there's 10%. 90% of the bands in the last 2000 up, 24 goddamn fucking years, he has never heard, he doesn't like, he can give two flying fucks about. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Now, I do know for Cannibal that they vouched for bands, at least in the early 2000s, because Alex Webster specifically told me to my face that every now and then he tells management or the tour, or I can't remember the tour people or whoever sets it up, he can kind of like, kind of put his put it in the goddamn suggestion box. Hey, we would like to play with so and so, and bands he suggested. I know for a fact, back in the early days, was Christian and Immolation. Hence, when those bands toured with him, he point blank told me those were bands that he liked. Oh, and Hate Eternal was another one. That's why those tours happened. All this other deathcore shit and stuff like that. I'm not saying he likes no goddamn twinkcore or nothing like that. Maybe he does. I don't fucking know. To be honest, I get the feeling he doesn't, and it's not because I'm standing up for it. I get the feeling he probably doesn't like majority of fucking death metal today. Think about it. The guy's in his fucking 50s. He's primarily listening to what he grew up on and shit that came out in the early 90s when he was young. I guarantee you he doesn't like very many new bands at all. Now, he's going to speak highly of some of these guys because he's probably friends with them. I kind of do the same, or, dog, you interviewed so-and-so, you don't even like them. Yeah, no shit. Some of the guys I like as a person, or they're cool, I'll interview, and it gives me a goddamn video. And just because, fucking hell, Antichrist Siege Machine just emailed me yesterday, asked if I would come out to a show that's playing in Cleveland, and if I would do an interview with them. Hell yeah, when is it? It's a date. Oh, that's the day I'm leaving for fucking Maryland Death Fest. Otherwise, I'd do it. I point blank told you guys, never listened to the goddamn band, don't even have any interest. Maybe it's fine. It's war metal stuff that looks like I wouldn't care about. I'm sure it's a good background listen. I'm sure it's super extreme, but that's just not really my forte. That's not what I love. I got my Abysmal Lord, a good old fucking 7-inch of Conquer would be perfectly acceptable. Um, I own like one release by Black Witchery because that's good, but again, I don't need a bunch of it. It just blurs together to me. That shit. I'm not a huge super fan of it. So you know what I'm a fucking super fan of. But I would still do a goddamn interview. So hence Glenn going on tour with these guys. You think he set that shit up? I'll bet you any money if you ask him your show coming up with Glenn, who are you playing with? I don't know, bro. He's just here's my accounts, pay me, and that's give and pay for my tickets, and I show up and I play. I guarantee you that's what it is. But then, yeah, if you're on the road, if you're touring some bands, you may make friends with some that their bands suck ass. Yeah, no shit. I've done the same. So, do I think it's a travesty that Deicide's playing with a Christian band? I think it's fucking just goddamn what moron set this up. But I guarantee you has fucking nothing to do with Glenn. At this point, like I said, Glenn is specifically doing this only for a goddamn paycheck. Now, he may I kind of like my job, and I'm not even saying that to insult him. Cannibal's doing it specifically for a paycheck. John Gallagher, Dying Fetus, paycheck. Now, I'm not saying that they're sellouts. I'm not saying that in a negative way. What I mean by they're doing it strictly for a paycheck, if they had to work day jobs still, they would no longer be doing those bands. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't either. Would J Dog still be doing Hell's Headbangers if it was like the early days, the first 5 years, had to work a day job and do this as overtime? No, no. Why? I've already done it. We've done most of the stuff I want to do, like a lot of the reissues and stuff like that. There's still stuff I want to. It was cool doing it, having fun. But now, yeah, I enjoy it, and I'm around the shit I like. But it is my job. It's the same thing for them. They have nothing to prove. Why does Dying Fetus? You think John Gallagher's like, oh man, I'm just butterflies in the stomach, so excited to do a new Fetus album? Fuck no. It's probably like, yeah, it's kind of cool. I get to make a living off my music. Still kind of enjoy it. Passionate about it. But if you had to go fucking flip burgers or do whatever, and then tour and make dick, some nights not even get paid like the old days. I'm sure there's those. Ask any UG goddamn band. He's not. I mean, why would he do it? Fuck no. He's been doing this for 30 goddamn years. Got nothing left to prove. And yeah, 100% agree. Do you think Glenn? I mean, Glenn's been doing it for this shit for almost 40 goddamn years. Going on 40. No, I've done everything I wanted to do, proved my fucking point, traveled the goddamn world, seen the entire fucking world. What else do I need to do this for? And yeah, so it's fuck you, pay me, and we'll play. That's what it is. Who are you playing with? Don't give a fuck. I'm not going to watch him anyways. That's what he's thinking along those lines. And if I was in his shoes, I'd be thinking the exact same goddamn thing. So that's not a jab at him whatsoever. It's yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So yeah, it's not too much of a surprise whatsoever. Yeah, let's get these guys. 2 order questions. Paid skis come first. John Mitchell. Paid question. J Dog, since you came from Christian parents, did they ever speak to you about evolution? Fuck no. Here where I live in the Bible Belt, there's still a lot of resistance to it by the hardcore Christian types. You ask people in the comments, Deicide and shit's not even offensive no more. It's not as offensive as it was in 1992, but I'm telling you right now, you go to Bible Belts and shit, it is. And as a matter of fact, when I get reminded by it, I forget what it was, but I came across a super strong Christian. He didn't confront me, but he was saying something. And yeah, he would be appalled by fucking Once Upon the Cross or something. Absolutely offended, appalled, fucking pissing in his fucking pants, shitting in the goddamn undies. So yeah, it's still out there. It's just nowhere near because people are waking the fuck up. Another 100 years, nobody's even gonna believe in that stupid ass fairy tale anymore. I mean, it's going to the wayside slowly but surely. Does that make you happy, dog? Doesn't matter. It'll be replaced with something else fucking stupid. I mean, at least now you see all the fucking stupidity. Dudes wanting to hack their dicks off and stupid shit. At least kind of kept that a little bit more in line because that was against the Lord. So it's gonna be replaced with something else annoying and fucking stupid because humanity fucking sucks shit and just needs to be controlled by other things and just ruled by it. So once it's gone, Christianity died tomorrow. Would the world be a better place? No, it's going to be just replaced with something fucking else stupid. So it makes no shit and ass difference to me. That's why just the problem is humanity as a whole, people. And yeah, that's what I say. I like persons, but people as a whole suck fucking shit. You got to earn my respect by me meeting you individually, and not that you have to, in a sense, prove, you earn my respect about who you are, and that's when it's earned, not just outside that. I assume you're just a fucking waste of flesh. Instead of evolving as other animals have, they want us to believe we came from dirt. Any thoughts on it in general? I mean, let's call it what the fuck is, dude. I mean, evolution is a hell of a lot more fucking likely than goddamn silly ass, dumbass fucking Christianity is. But as far as my parents talking about it, I mean, dude, my parents, I mean, not to sit there and say, sound like I'm going to be talking shit about my parents, because I'm not. They're just um, the norm of what most people are, especially that age group. You know, they're their 60s. They're what I call just in case Christians. They're not even true goddamn Christians. They think they are, and they'll say they are, because the only reason they believe in that fucking dumbass fairy tale is for two reasons. Two reasons and two reasons only. One, that's how they were raised. That's what their parents raised them to be. So, hence, with that fucking weak ass mentality, if you were raised and born in goddamn Iran, you'd be Muslim. Over in Japan, whatever the fuck they believe, you're just following the trend, whatever's mainstream. Oh, that's what I was told. So yeah, I don't think for myself. They barely go to church. They do occasionally here and there. So you're already breaking the rules right there. Why are you going every Sunday if you're so goddamn dedicated? Growing up, they'd say the word goddamn all the time. Isn't that like the second worst offense on the goddamn Ten Commandments? Isn't that the second one? It's before thou shalt kill. It's been fucking 20 years since I read that dumbass book of fallacy, but I've read it top to goddamn bottom. So isn't that before? So that piece of shit thinks it's worse to use his name in vain than killing a person. They would say it all the time growing up. I don't know if they do. I'm not around them that much anymore to know if they still use it. Guarantee they fucking do every once in a while. So you're literally doing something worse than murder multiple times in your life, but you claim you support this fucking ideology. It makes zero goddamn sense. Further fucking more is the second reason of why they would be following it is what like what's called just in case Christians. What do I mean by that? They're only following it because you heard about the fucking depths of hell, the fiery pits, burn for all eternity. And that's what they told me growing up. That's what hell is. You burn for all eternity. And I remember saying that in another video. Some people, that's not what it is. That's what the fuck I was told, dude, as a kid. I don't know. Yeah, they make this shit up as they go along, too. Just like the Pope and stuff talking about goddamn abortion and shit. Where the fuck does it say that in the goddamn Bible? When that shit was written by a man's hand, because it's exactly what it was, abortion wasn't a big thing going on. They're making this. How do you know God's against it? At what point does it say anything? Here's your book of law right here, and all this other crap is like, where are you pulling this out of your ass from, brah? It says nothing about it in there, but yet they talk about it. And the Lord's this, Lord's that. Doesn't say that in the book. They just make this shit up as they goddamn go along. 100% what it is. Whatever. But the just in case Christians is just in case they go to hell. Like fucking GB says, dude, I'm telling you, you just got to listen to fucking Deicide, read those lyrics, and you'd be like, yeah, oh, fuck. Got it. Totally makes fucking sense. Spelled out perfectly clear. Best fucking lyrics of all time is Deicide. Ain't dumbass bolts were. What do those idiots even sing about? Got goddamn He-Man fucking covers and shit like that. It's Deicide, dude. It's the law of the motherfucking land. Just read the fucking lyrics. God is the reason that Satan exists. 100%. Because if you take away fucking Satan, nobody's going to that dumbass church. Nobody. It's gone. Obliterated. So, because the devil in hell supposedly better follow this fucking fake fuck just in case. Because I don't want to go to the fucking to the fucking gates of hell. Only reason. It's the only motherfucking reason. And furthermore, anyone following this that is Christian, I question this too. To me, you are a just in case Christian, a complete fake, complete fraud. You're lying to yourself. Any person that is afraid of dying, fears death, is not, I'll even go a step further. If you're not excited to fucking die, you can't wait. You hope it's tomorrow. You are not a Christian. What do you mean, dog? It makes no sense. Think about it logically. What do they believe? They believe that they're going to this fucking almighty fucking place, this paradise. Their words, not mine. Hence heaven. They're going to see Nana and Pa and all their ancestors and shit like that. Just all up on a fluffy cloud hanging out. Even though Grandma died at 92 years old and couldn't walk. So what is she now? Is she a fucking 16-year-old virgin or is she a broken ass fucking corpse up there? If that's the case, I hope I go at 16. That way I'm nice, fresh, and young. Otherwise, you're living for eternity at 92. So that shit right there, they can't answer that too. But if you ask them, of course they're going to make that shit up on the fly too. You should be excited to fucking die. Now, I'm not going to go as far as saying they should be so excited they should kill themselves because by their law I understand killing yourself, you automatically go to hell. That's a sin. So I get why they're not doing that. But to be scared of it in any sense, you're a fake Christian. And I can guarantee you fucking my parents ain't looking for it like, can't wait, hope I go tomorrow. If you're a Christian, that's what you should be thinking. Why wouldn't you? You're going to the ultimate paradise. That's literally like saying to a kid, you're fucking sitting there in boredom at school, miserable in your most hated fucking subject. And guess what? When this class ends that you're bored as fuck out of, that you can't stand being in, we're going to Disney World. How fucking fast do you think they're going to want to get out of there? Can't wait for this to end. It's the exact same shit. You would be excited. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm getting out of this shit fucking world. Going to goddamn Disney World. Why would you want to stay on this shit planet when there's an absolute paradise waiting for you? You're afraid to go to. It's because they don't actually believe it. They're telling themselves that. That's all it is. That's what it is. That's the litmus test right there. You can't wait. If you ain't foaming at the mouth to die, you ain't a Christian, right? You a fake. Snake in the grass, goddammit. Sorry to break it to you, bro, but facts are not attacks. Nuclear garlic bread. P question. Sent 30 USD, goddammit. Keep your real name anonymous. No problem. J-Dog, nuclear garlic bread back for 2 paid attacks. Mm-hmm. Keep them coming. Question. Could you name 6 bands that every metalist should know? Do all the time. Boy, you should know which ones those are. My picks are Merciful Fate, Blasphemy, Carnivore, especially one claims to be a typo negative fan, Candlemass, Immolation, and Repulsion. Bands that wouldn't be known to normies, but a self-proclaimed metal fan should at least have heard the name. Later, Brotown. Decent fucking list, but kind of shit in my opinion, because saying Merciful Fate, I mean, of course, if you claim to be a metalist, you should know that. I would like to go with something a little less obvious. To me, it's, if you call yourself a metalist, I say these because they're still underground. Some people would argue that Immolation is no longer underground. I'm not saying that that's my take, but bigger label, toured. I mean, I don't fuck. It depends who you ask, right? I would argue Merciful Fate's not underground, especially, dude, you go over to Germany and shit. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, any Germans watching. I'd imagine they're fucking huge. I'd imagine seeing a Merciful Fate shirt in the grocery store is not uncommon whatsoever. Again, they as much as I hate to admit it's at my gym, Dangerous Meeting, they play it. Right after that, it's Taylor Swift or some dumb shit. So again, I want to make it perfectly clear. It's not a metal gym by any means. It's Garth Brooks 1 minute, Fate the next, then Iron Maiden, then Taylor Swift, then fucking whatever other dumb mainstream shit. It's what it is. It's all over the place. So they're playing that. So yeah, Fate is not goddamn underground by any fucking stretch. Especially that last goddamn show I was at. There was what 2, 3, 4,000 people. Could have been. It might have even been 5,000. I wouldn't say there's more than that, but could have been 5,000. My litmus test is keep it somewhat underground. Sadistic Intent, Nunslaughter, Disaster, Deceased. How many bands? You say 6 bands? Did I say Denial of God? You can throw Repulsion in there. Yeah, to me, you should definitely goddamn know Repulsion. Because that's a classic. Yeah, I'll say that's 6 right there. Goddamn it. And there's others too. Yeah, if you don't know those, again, you don't have to be a fucking super fan. I understand. Like, I don't like any black metal. Which you don't like any. I mean, you don't even like Bathory. Kind of fucking weird, but whatever. I don't. That's why you don't like Denial of God. But you should be if you were a metalist and a collector, you would at least stumbled across them. When you're daring headlights, dick in the mouth. That tells me you're not a metalist. How did you not at least accidentally stumble across them? Not if you're 17 years old and you've been listening to this shit for 2 years. Okay, fine. Because you're a complete newbie. So you just haven't got there yet. We'll make this goddamn last one. Andrew Shaw P question. Hey man, Drucifer here. Oh fuck, is this Drucifer from the goddamn channel? Hell's bells, yeah. He sent fucking 20 USD. Here with a couple basic nutrition questions. Gym question. Questions that bore your audience to tears. Hey, you got your 20 minutes anyway. Shut the fuck up and listen, goddammit. Fuck am I paid, damn it. Damn fucking straight and the best goddamn questions. I bring my questions to Dog because you seem to know what's up. He sure does when it comes to the topic. He knows goddamn anything bodybuilding related and goddamn metal. Outside of that, he knows fucking jack shit about nothing. And I make no bones about it. Does dietary cholesterol affect LDL and HDL levels? If so, how much? If not, what does? Then he has a second in there too. So we'll go over that first. So in general, so this is a controversial topic, and these fucking idiots fuck it up all the time. You either have two sides. You have one side that says dietary cholesterol. It's usually the carnivore guys and the ketogenic guys. Dietary cholesterol does not affect blood level serum cholesterols, LDL, HDL, triglycerides, things like that. Okay, you have that group, and then you have the other group, which is more so the mainstream people that believe eggs raise your cholesterol, etc. Like, oh, if you eat too many eggs, oh my god. You have that group too. Both are right and wrong. The truth is, it's based on genetics. In general, most people do not get affected from eating dietary cholesterol. Okay, most don't, but some do, and I've seen that labs. For example, how you would know is if yours was really low, go eat like about half a dozen whole eggs a day for 6 weeks and go get it retested if it goes up. There's people that have done that and they're skyrocketed. So in that account, they're affected by it. Now, what does affect triglycerides and LDL, even though again carnivores and fucking and the keto guys will say otherwise, saturated fats do affect the lipid profile and also triglycerides. It can affect those as well, especially if you're eating them in high amounts. You don't want a lot of high saturated fat. Now, what they'll argument is, yeah, but saturated fat it helps produce your steroidal hormones, and you need it. And same with cholesterol. Yeah, you do, but you don't need a lot of it. That's like saying you need water, but you could just drink an unlimited supply and nothing will happen. Go drink 10 gallons in 1 hour. Find out what happens. You're gonna be fucking dead. Doesn't mean you can just consume unlimited amounts. There's no negative effect. You need it. It's necessary. But again, you only need small amounts. Saturated fat is the recommended daily, and that's what seems to be people with most healthy markers is 25 grams, or 20 to 25 grams total a day. Which you don't even need to try to get that. Trust me, you're getting that and then some. I promise you. Also, what's going to affect it is sugar, carbs in general, high carbohydrate diet. However, in a caloric surplus. And since we're on this channel, that's not probably what you guys follow. It blows my mind how many people don't know what a caloric deficit is and caloric surplus. That's literally almost like telling me like you don't know your ABCs. But believe it or not, there's people that don't know. A caloric surplus is, for example, to maintain your body weight. If you weigh 200 pounds and to maintain your body weight, it's 2,500 calories a day. A caloric surplus would be anything more than 2,500. So if you're eating 3,000 calories a day, you're in a surplus. In a caloric surplus, high sugars affect it the most. In a caloric deficit, what's a caloric deficit, dog? It's the opposite. If you're 200 pounds and it takes 2,500 calories to maintain your weight, anything less than 2,500. So if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, and let's say you do have simple sugars in there, not all, don't be a wise ass too. If you drank nothing but cranberry juice, what fucking retard would do that? You got to be dumber than shit if you did something stupid like that. Assuming you have a balanced fucking diet, you're getting protein, carbs, fats, and a decent amount of fiber. If you're eating 2,000 calories a day and your maintenance is 2,500, I don't give a shit if you're eating a thing of Starburst every fucking day. Pure sugar, Skittles, whatever. A serving, one of those little bags, usually around 180 calories, 40 grams of carbs, all from sugar. If you're eating one of those every single day with the rest of your diet, you're in 2,000 calories. If you're at 500 calorie deficit a day, all your health markers will go in range. None of those lipids will be fucked up from eating those Skittles and shit. So that whole sugar's so bad for you, so bad for you, it is the worst when in a caloric surplus. Now, what these idiots get wrong too, why is it so bad? By itself, it's actually not that bad at all. Well, it affects inflammation markers. The inflammatory markers that half you fucking morons don't even measure, including doctors. C-reactive protein, don't even try IL-6 and shit like that. They're definitely not checking shit like that. Half of them don't even know what it is. How the fuck do you know? You're not even checking the shit. Dog does on his labs, though, and the ones he recommends. It does not fucking affect it in a caloric deficit. It does not go up sugars. Now, the reason it's considered the worst is because since they taste so good, it is so easy to eat them in a caloric surplus. So, for example, if it's 2,500 calories to maintain your body weight and 200 pounds, it is very, very, very easy to go over that eating sugary shit and high fatty. The worst is pizza, donuts, anything that are high sugar and high fat. That's the worst. So, for example, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to eat any candy, which I don't recommend eating candy, but I'm just saying if you're going to, you're way better off. Go look at the label. Just eating the ones that are zero fat and nothing but carbs, and the carbs are going to be all primarily from sugar. So Skittles, gummy bears, things like that, you're going to be way better off eating those than the worst. You know what the worst are? It's probably Reese Cups. Why? It's high fat and it's high sugar. So those calories go way up. It's way easy to get over. So you're 2,500 to maintain your weight. It's super easy to eat that shit. 3,000 a day, 3,200 a day, 3,500 a day. Hence, all these fat fucks. Hence, their fucking blood markers look like shit. Diabetes, etc. That's why. But if you were to know how to do it, yeah, there's tons of guys, bodybuilders just like that got ready for a show. Mike Menser was famous for doing it. He had a bowl of ice cream every night getting ready for a show, shredded. So yeah, I fit it in my macronutrients. He's like, I'm whatever he was, like my macronutrients for the day to get peeled, shredded 4-stage, single digit body fat, shredded out of his mind, ass cheeks fucking peeled, literally. That's when you know you're fucking peeled. He whatever it was, 200 grams of carbs, whatever, 50 grams of fat, and 200 grams of protein, whatever it was, his macronutrients. He just figured it in. Okay, that ice cream I'm having, which you measure out, it's got 40 grams of fucking carbs, some sugars. He would just, all right, I got 160 left in the day. Put it in rice, fruits, vegetables. He's known for that. There's tons of guys that have done shit like that. Like, yeah, you can wiggle shit in still, but you have to measure it out and know your macros and shit like that. You have to know what the fuck you're doing. If you're just willy-nilly eating, it's like, yeah, it's so over. And not to mention, when you measure some of this shit out, like an ice cream or something, you're going to be super depressed once you see what a serving size is. Like, that's it? Yep. that's what a serving is. So keep that in goddamn mind, because these idiots, they get the vast majority of get this shit wrong. Then he says, what are the basics for keeping blood sugar down? I mean, the basics are keep your carbs low. If your blood sugar levels are high, so like you go get your blood test, your fasting blood sugar should be under 90. The blood says, but if you're under 100, you're good. If you're under 100, you're fine. But ideal kicking ass, like fucking fist banging mania, is between 75 and 85. That's what you want. Anything under 70, you're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna start going hypoglycemic, meaning you're gonna start sweating, lightheaded, dizzy. And once you if you get under 50, that's when the time you're gonna start seeing black. Hit 40 and under, you're usually gonna pass the fuck out and collapse. 75 to 85 is that's tip top perfect. You got those numbers on your glucometer every morning, you're doing tits, brah. That means health wise for blood sugars, you're doing optimal. You're in the most optimal state for burning body fat, and you're in the most optimal state for growing muscle too, because your insulin sensitivity is to the roof. But as far as keeping your carbs in goddamn check, don't eat like a fucking asshole. Don't eat carbs. If you're not physically active, if you're not weight training or doing very, very physically active, shitloads of cardio, that's what you need carbs for. You need carbs for explosive activity. If you work a desk job and then you come home and you mow your fucking lawn, which don't count as exercise, all those people, when I get those lifestyle clients, they don't work out at all. The only carbs I give them is fruits and vegetables. Most of it's just green leafy vegetables, so they don't count because there's basically no net carbs in them. But I give them 3 servings of fruit a day. I'll usually give them a couple blueberries in the morning, an apple with some nuts as a snack, and then another thing, maybe some whatever fruit they want, an orange or something. That's it. So each one that's about 20, they get about 60 grams of total carbs a day, very low. The rest, I give them fibrous vegetables, protein, and fats. But they'll look at someone like my diet, they're like, what the fuck? You're eating 500 grams of carbs a day. Hey, I have a super fast metabolism. And yeah, because my body requires it. I'm utilizing those. You're not. So someone like my mom, she'll see like, oh my God, I can't believe you're eating all those carbs. I'd get fat. You ain't fucking doing anything. No shit. You don't need them. What the fuck you doing? All you need is fibrous vegetables, essential fatty acids, and protein. That's what you should be eating. Now, if you start losing body fat and you go to the gym, you're training your fucking balls off, you're progressive overloading, you're hitting an hour of cardio a day. All right, come back to me. Now we can talk. You may need those. If you're not utilizing them, why the fuck are you using them? So keep that in mind. That's how you keep it tight. Is focusing on the GI or GL the best route? Reliable channels that know what's up about nutrition. Thanks. Oh, he's asking me something too. As far as the GI and shit, yeah, it's a thing to focus on. But the thing is if you're eating clean, dude, you're not eating a shitload of processed foods, and you're eating foods that agree with you, meaning you're not eating anything that you have allergens to, what tons of people are. I got to eat broccoli. Well, why? You probably have a GI fucking distress to it. Most people do, just so you fucking know. Get a fucking allergen test so that way you know what foods. There are people that are allergic to egg whites. There's some people that are allergic to chicken. It will tell you, they're like, oh yeah, I have bloating, I have problems, and my GI's fucked up. Well, it's two reasons, dude. You're eating something that you're allergic to that you're unaware of, or you're eating like a complete fucking dumbass. It's one or the other. It's always those two reasons. Always. If you fix those, yeah, you can throw in probiotics, prebiotics. Those could help, but chances are you don't even need them. Digestive enzymes. Most people do not need them. You do the two things I did. You're in a regular caloric deficit, doing cardio, and you're eating clean, the foods they agree with you, you're not going to have any GI problems. Unless you're a genetic outlier, you were born, well, I blame it on God, goddamn it, he fucked you in the ass. I don't tell you. He says, reliable channels that know what's up about nutrition. Um, there's a bunch. A lot of them are zealots and basically treat this shit like a religion, which is beyond fucking annoying. Who I would recommend is Lane Norton, because he has no bias. And he breaks down the science in a way that you can understand it and entertaining, which makes it fucking funny. He calls all these shitheads out. Um, yeah, I would say him. Go start with him, because you as a metalist and you not being this being your prime interest, you're gonna find him to be the most enjoyable, easy to understand, entertaining, and you're gonna be like the easiest to follow. Because if you want to be, because he can give you the blueprint for any type of diet you want to follow. I want to follow carnivore. I want to follow vegan, which I recommend you follow either of those. I want to be strictly keto. Again, I recommend balanced diet, but he can break it down in the best way and make you understand why one's a good idea, one's a bad idea, in what context. If you are going to do one, here's what you need to watch out for. Here's what you should do. Things like that. So you, as to where this is probably not as important to you, that's who's going to probably break it down the best for you. So that's who I recommend. You just bio space Lane, or if you just type in Lane Norton on YouTube, it'll come right up. He has his own fucking channel, posts all the goddamn time. It's been up for fucking years. So that's who I recommend. Comes with energy, don't do, but the guy might get it the morning. Later, goddamn it.